Hello, everyone. Reggie here with Archer Travel. I'm very excited to have on the Zoom call today Brandon from AmaWaterways. Brandon, thank you very much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again. 2 days in a row, I feel so special. And I'm looking forward to, talking more with you guys about Alma Waterways and Archer Travel.
Fantastic. You have a really cool background. I'm jealous. I don't know how to do all the fun backgrounds and stuff. So you get everyone who's on this call, you get stuck with me in my office in my background. So I try to be cool, but I can't.
I think Hawaii is a pretty cool background.
Hawaii is pretty cool. I will say that is my happy place.
It's beautiful. It is.
So let's get started. Let's have some fun here.
Perfect. So we're really excited. We have this new session called Reggie's Sales Lab, where we get to discuss marketing and sales tips with our supplier, BDM Brandon from Alma Waterways. So, Reggie, you want to take it away?
Take it away. I'm here. So I'm looking for a slide though, Amanda. I don't have my slides.
Okay, you can't see it?
I cannot see my slides.
Okay.
I'm
Just
struggling here. Technology.
give me 1 second then.
No problem. We would take it away, Brandon, but anyway, so I don't know if you guys know that's watching. We were very fortunate. Brandon and I were on a cruise. We had a good time. There, it came through. Brandon, did you enjoy the cruise?
Yeah, I had so much fun. It was great to meet all of the staff in LA and really get to know them outside of that normal work walls that we call home or the office. But yeah, I had a great time. Thank you again for having
Oh,
us.
our pleasure. It was great. All right, so we got our slides back up, so we killed a little bit of time there. Sorry, it was all on me on the slides there, and Amanda, thank goodness she's my savior. She got it up for me. All right, we're maximizing our sales tools, tips from the travel agent. Obviously, how Alma Waterway supports your success. Marketing doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right tools and support, you can attract clients, build trust, and close more sales. Today, Brandon, as you guys know, we've already introduced, will share how their brand helps you shine in this competitive industry. How do I slide? I can't slide. I need my next slide. There it is. Can I control the slide, Amanda, or just you?
Just me, so you'll just have to say next.
Oh, I want to control. I wanted like a remote control. Hit a button here, Brandon. I wanted it to be. The reason why is because I can't have control at the house between my son, daughter, and wife and dog. They control everything.
Mhm.
Anyways, went on a tangent. Okay. What specific tools does your brand offer to help agents market effectively?
So, that's a great question. But before I get into that, I love the advisor focus and being with Alma Waterways. All of our business comes from travel advisors, and we're here to support advisors. And so that's just a great question, right? So, one of the ways that we can help, you guys market effectively is we've got dedicated BDMs, which is your business development manager. We've got them internationally or global. And we're all about supporting the BDM or giving the advisor a local BDM, local to where they live. It could be by state, if you're in Australia or the UK. But so that's one way we can help with expert trainings, a little bit more one-on-one time, or even group sessions. We can even do consumer events. But something that we've also got as well, it's our travel advisor portal. So this is on our main website. And again, this is not to replace your BDM. It's just to give you some more tools and great resources. My favorite resource is FAMs, guys. And girls, ladies and gentlemen. So FAM applications are on the travel advisor portal. Experience the product yourself. And then in addition to that, we've even got this great reimbursement program, right? So you complete that FAM training or experience, you sell 20 guests or book 20 guests within 2 years, we'll reimburse your FAM cost. And then in addition to that, we've got a sell five, sale free program. So you sell five double occupancy staterooms in 1 calendar year. They have to sail in that same year. But then we'll give you a free cruise in addition to the reimbursement. And then for the portal, we've got media library, we've got tons of photos, tons of videos. I actually spoke with Jose, who said, push out more videos because those are selling our people by themselves. They're great videos. We've got marketing toolkits that cover the brand, as well as some themed sailing options for you as well.
Well, that's fantastic. Obviously, you've answered 1 and 2 with the tool to help an agent boost their sales, which is great. Do you have, and you talked about it briefly, do you have any templates or kits besides videos that can save time for busy agents? Do you have any in your back office?
Most definitely. So, and to touch on to two a little bit as well, we've got all of these toolkits. These are going to be marketing. Let me see here. Destinations for people new to river cruising, people new to AmaWaterways. We've got sales, promotions, and again, you guys are selling so many different products and offers that we want to try and narrow down and condense this information for you so it's easy to find, it's easy to access. And then some of these kits, we've got themed sailings, right? We could do wine cruises, beer cruises. We've got music hosts, wellness programs. I mean, the list goes on. It's growing every single week.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. Do you have, you've already answered 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen here and I get distracted. Amanda, next slide, please.
Yeah, and so just to cover that again at the bottom, the marketing resources that they have are ready to use social media graphics. You can use their YouTube, and you can also use all their materials on the supplier travel agent portal. There you go.
Fantastic. That's awesome. All right, engaging your audience, interacting marketing for your bookings, for more bookings, key marketing ideas. Host a travel theme party or webinar featuring the supplier. How do you feel about that, Brandon? I love that idea. Would you be willing to help and participate if we get some themed travel parties going?
Yeah, I would love that. I'm always here to support you guys. And I always like to say, who's better to share our message than us and let you guys kind of learn that along the way and help you share those stories with your clients. So I'd love to be a part of that.
Oh, awesome. Love to hear that. Number 2, another way key marketing ideas that we have here is creating polls or quizzes on social media to engage potential clients. I think that's so much fun to do. And if Ama has any like good fun quizzes and social media engagement potential for clients, we'd appreciate if you shared that with us.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see here. So for polls or quizzes, something that we like to do is, where's your favorite place to travel, or what's important to you on a vacation, right? Are you a foodie? Do you want to drink wine, nice wines, or maybe you're just about that catered guest experience and being pampered on board. So those are things that you can poll or quiz to get people to engage.
Awesome. And then obviously key marketing ideas number 3 is offering limited time promotions for immediate bookings. Do you want to address that too as well?
Yeah. So what I love about our promotions is they're quarterly, right? So this gives you 3 months to push out these promotions to your clients. We're not much of a flash sale type of company. We're more like, let's get you some flyers if you're promoting a group. Let's get you information, and we want you to have time to promote it, right? We know you're busy. We know your clients are busy. So we want to give you time to do that, and we don't want them to call back and all of a sudden the price went up. So
Yeah.
that's how we can help there.
And moving on now to the next one, boosting visibility on social media. Obviously, Archer Travel has some key tips. If you look on the far right of your screen, everyone who's on this Zoom call, post supplier content regularly, use Archer and supplier graphics. Oh, look at that, just popped up, even better. You can share clients' testimonials and reviews, promote exclusive deals and highlight key destinations, and obviously use hashtags to reach a broader audience. So those are some key Archer ones, but obviously you might have some tips and ideas too for us, Brandon. What are some social media strategies that have worked for other agents using your products?
Definitely. So what we just had this AI guy come by our office for this conference, and he's more focused on helping travel advisors, right? So something that he talked about is a lot about the algorithm, right? So Reels holding a video, right? You want it up and down this way, vertical, and if that's going to be the best way to target into the algorithm and get people to engage and not just have your following, but people that you're not connected with see those videos. And travels right now ranked the top three.
Yep.
So the more content you can put out, the more likely you are to be seen and creating new engagements and new leads and having people reach out to you.
That's fantastic. Also, how can agents make the most of social media content?
Yeah, I kind of split this up into two different categories, right? When you book a fam with us and you get on board, make sure you're recording content, right? As much as we want you to enjoy that cruise, the more content you put out, the more people you can reach. And while you're there, it's hot. We just had an advisor book an entire group, and this isn't going to be the case every single time, but we had an advisor get on board and experience the product, and he was brand new to river cruising, right? Which means his database or his clientele was new to it too. So just sharing that story with them on board is a great way to connect with them.
Absolutely. Are there any inside tips for creating engaging posts about your brand?
I think talking about, at least with AmaWaterways, talking about the local immersion, that guest experience. It's funny, I talk about guest experience. We have such an amazing crew on board. It's something that we pride ourselves in. For every three passengers on board, there's one crew member. And even the cruise manager is amazing. They're with your clients every step of the way. That's the hotel extension, the cruise itself, post cruise. They're always there with you. And when groups or even individuals come back, they'll re-request that same cruise manager. We have 100 of them, but people keep requesting that cruise manager. But that's something we hear about all of them. So that's just something that's engages with them and talking about the inclusiveness, right? When I get off the ship, my onboard bill is $7. So that's always nice to hear as well.
Absolutely. Now we're going to shift gears. We're going to direct this straight to our agents who are watching this right now. Please let us know, what social media platforms do you use the most? Share it in the chat. We would love to hear people who are on there. What social media platforms do you use? And it's kind of fun. I'm just curious. Amanda, are we getting anyone to post on what they use?
Yeah, some people are saying Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube.
Awesome. Those are all great resources. One thing I'm learning, and I do not have an account yet, and I don't know what it's, my son and daughter, they're the teenage group. They're using Snapchat. I think I said it right. Snapchat. It tells you how old I am.
Yes, Snapchat.
I don't know how that's used, but every time I say, hey, I tell my son, we got to get a hold of, tell so-and-so we're in the front yard to go pick him up to go to the baseball practice. He Snapchats them. I'm like, you can't just pick up the phone? So Snapchat, I'm learning. Don't know if I ever want that, but I'm learning. All right, selling the experience, not just the product. Crafting compelling stories to sell. Stories sell, truth sells. So what are the key selling points agents should highlight when promoting your brand?
Yeah, it's a great question. And it's hard because and I might be a little bit biased, right? But there's so many great selling points. I think the first one is we don't call ourselves all inclusive. We call ourselves mostly inclusive, right? And what does that mean? That means all of those excursions listed on the website are going to be included. That's walking, hiking, biking tours. Maybe it's you go to a chateau or a winery, or you visit some food or do a wine tasting off the ship. So things like that, but our walking tours, right? This isn't just for, we would call it multi-generational travel, right? This isn't just for grandma and grandpa, but you can bring the whole family on board. And our walking tours are split into three smaller groups, right? We've got a casual, a slow pace, and active pace, and that's to keep those groups a bit smaller, more intimate. You could talk about our award-winning food. We're a part of a French culinary elite society called the La Chaîne des Rôtisseurs, and I could be butchering that. But that's the best I can do. But we've got great food on board. Everything's served table side. We've got a second restaurant. It's an 8-course tasting menu. You're actually watching that chef prepare it behind some glass doors, sanitary purposes. But it's a great experience, and all of these things are included. Lunch and dinner, complimentary wine and beer, and everything's tailored to that local region that you're visiting.
Wow.
It's truly amazing.
I want to go. Number two, how can agents use storytelling to differential your offering from competitors?
Yeah, that's a great question. I told a little bit of a story about the crew, but that's something that we hear on every ship, right? And maybe you want to tell about the food that you had in town, right? Like I did this excursion where it was a beer tasting and you do some potato pancakes. And it was so great because on our way there, we're getting a walking tour in Cologne of this big cathedral, and we go inside, we visit it. So just telling little stories about that, right? And those are all included. Another way to gather more stories is every Wednesday we've got webinar Wednesday 10:30 Pacific time, but you're going to hear stories from our entire team. And there's always multiple people on it. So that's another great option as well.
Fantastic. Can you share a destination or amenity that really resonates with the clients?
Yeah. So there's no perfect first itinerary for anyone, because it all depends where they want to go or what they want to do. But for a first time river cruiser, what I would recommend is the Rhine or the Danube. That's in Europe. And these are going to be central, very scenic parts of Europe. There are most jam-packed itineraries in terms of excursions. You visit 4 countries, unpack one time, and it's in a week long. That's really what I recommend for a first timer, just because of the destination. It's so much to do, so much to see.
That's great. We have some key marketing points for travel agents as well. Use storytelling to paint a picture of the client's dream vacation. That always worked for me. I would talk about when I would travel to Maui with my family and stuff. I would actually talk about where I went to have dinner and just kind of paint the picture of the whole setting. So the storytelling is key in this department. Share destination highlights and unique selling points of the supplier. We can go all the way back to the beginning when we talked earlier about hosting a party. I know we rely so much on social media, but having a travel party at a restaurant or even in your house and showing a slideshow, storytelling like, look, this is where I stay. This is where we had dinner and breakfast and lunch. I think that would go a long way too to get clients to use not only AmaWaterways, but also to use you as a travel agent.
Mhm.
And offer behind the scene glimpses into the experience the supplier provided, like YouTube videos that we talked about earlier, recording when you're on AmaWaterways, and you do show a little bit about the boat. And then you can go back and say, look, we're doing an AmaWaterway party tonight, and you have 20 or 30 people, potential clients in your house, agents. This is a great time. And if Brandon or one of Brandon's coworkers can jump on a Zoom call real quick and give you a little glimpse behind the scenes, that goes a long way too. So travel parties are key as well as social media. So these are key marketing points that we recommend for travel agents. Next slide, please. Well, a true pro tip here. People don't buy trips, they buy experiences and memories. So true. Travel agents, what one fun and creative way you can market travel in the past? Share your ideas in the chat. So travel agents, once again, we want to get you involved in this. Please chat with one fun or creative way you've marketed travel in the past. I can actually tell you one. Matter of fact, Amanda's family was a part of it. Amanda was not a part of it, but I went to Spain. I went to Mexico actually, and I'm not a big zip line fan. and we were zip lining, and I actually took some video. I actually was zip lining, and there's some video about me being goofy, and we actually used that. I had a client that wanted to go on a trip to Mexico, and I showed them that zip lining, and they actually sent me a video 6 months later when him and his wife went. So I used video just to market my trip, and they went on the same trip and loved it. So once again, use it with AmaWaterways and show your experience, and then that will help you get clients as well. Brandon, do you want to add to that?
I think you hit the nail right on the head there.
Yeah.
Take videos, share it with your people, and you'd be surprised what comes with it. But
Oh, absolutely. Amanda, did we get any chats in there about how they shared their experiences?
Yeah, someone said they just wearing like t-shirts in public, they were able to get clients because people asked them questions. Someone else said they just had like a fun like pizza party girls night, wine night and stuff like that. So I think those are some fun ideas too, where you can wear your brand on your shirt and it's free marketing because people will come up to you and ask you, what is that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point. And to that agent, thank you for sharing that. All right, starting marketing now. What's the first steps agents should take to start marketing your brand effectively?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, but before we get to the marketing, I think it's important to talk about the size of our ships, right? Some of our ships are as small as 14 staterooms to 90 staterooms. And the reason I bring that up is to talk about people book a river cruise on average 8 to 14 months in advance.
Oh,
So with
right.
that in mind, let's dive into how to market the brand effectively, right? I always say our demographic on board, the average age is 55 plus, but since we tend to provide more active excursions and have more active program, everyone's always younger in spirit. But again, we've got something for everyone on board. This is a way we can do multi-generational travel. You can market this to food, wine, history enthusiasts, right? Maybe you have someone who's never done an ocean cruise, but they like to book the nicer hotels or more inclusive options. Maybe you recommend this to them.
Yeah,
Or if you have someone who's a big ocean cruiser, they're looking for something different, but they just love to cruise. This is another great option for them. Present it to them, and I think you'll be surprised what comes of it.
that's great. And number two here, sneak peek of train on Thursday. What will you be sharing? What's the sneak peek?
Awesome. So I'm going to share a little bit more about the story of AmaWaterways, talk about a little bit more of the inclusions, show those photos and those videos we're talking about. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started booking people, how easy it is to kind of manage that on the portal, talk about our reservations team and how they can support you. And even provide some new ideas on hosted cruises on how we can get some bigger clients that are generally repeat, like a winery or a music host, or maybe you have some influencer who's got this huge travel following. So things like that.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Next slide, please, Amanda. Let's get started. Register on the supplier portal for access. Download the latest tools, share the suppliers and itineraries and market tools with your audience today. Amanda, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so you guys can register if you haven't already on AmaWaterways. So just go to your back office, click on the Travel Cafe, Suppliers, and then Ama is right at the top because it is in alphabetical order and they start with A. So you can just click on them and then get registered. And like Brandon said, they have tons of tools on there for you guys to check out. So don't miss out on this opportunity to get these free marketing tools and promote today.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Amanda, for explaining that in detail, because I would have butchered it and made it just worse. Next slide, please. Questions from the travel agencies. Marketing is about building relationships and showing your client the value you bring as a travel advisor. Use these tools, share your passion. Let's make this your most successful year yet. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today. Do we have any questions from from any travel agents?
Yes. So
Yes.
someone is asking, do you offer weddings aboard?
So we don't do full-on wedding. I mean, we could bring a wedding party, but truly we do a vow renewal, which is more of an intimate. I hope that helps.
Yes. And also, do you do full charters?
We certainly do.
Perfect. Next question is, do you have solo cruising or solo rooms for solo travelers?
We do. You know, we're a big advocate of solo travelers. We've got a few ships in France that are meant for a single traveler. We've got two on board the ships. Those are French balcony, no single supplement. But what I love about our solos is that when they all come on board, our captain, or maybe if it's not the captain, it's the cruise manager, but they'll give them a private tour of the ship before our welcome reception, which is really just a cheers with a champagne toast. And then they'll give them that private tour so they can meet other people on board. And then they'll drop them back off for the welcome reception. And then we've even got tables set up with the odd numbers of chairs, so like 5, 7, or 9. That way, solo travelers can join a group and feel like they're not interrupting the flow of dinner.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Next question is, so there is no single supplement.
So just on the few B1, so it's called a category B1. We do have single supplement, except for a couple of the ships in France, and I can dive a little bit more into that tomorrow, just to show you the ships and the names and the itineraries. But we do have single supplements. For our fixed window, it's 125%. For our balconies, it's 150%, and then suites are 200%.
Okay. Next thing is, are there themed cruises available?
There certainly are. So we've got wine cruises, Latin touch. We've got soulful, which is Black History. We've got music host, things like that. We've got people who want to just do bike rides, or maybe they want to be a food and they want to go visit these restaurants. So anything you can think of, imagine we've done it, and we've got recommendations, and we're always open to new ideas.
Love it. Love it. One more question, Amanda.
Okay. When are the wine tasting cruises?
So those are going to be usually March, April, November. And that's when we'll bring a winery on board, bring some of their wines, ship them out. And the wine cruises is actually what I call added value, right? It's just something we do to spice up the cruise and make it more fun. They'll do some complimentary tastings and a pairing on board for dinner. But those will be on the website under themed cruises or specialty cruises.
Fantastic. I'm going to look those up myself. I'm writing this down because I think it's important.
I know my
All right.
parents would love to go on a wine one. I know they're really looking into AmaWaterways, so this is great information.
Perfect.
Now, my understanding, though, I think your mother just wants to send your dad alone on that single one passenger cruise so she can enjoy her freedom at home.
Maybe,
And
maybe.
if you can make that happen for Amanda's folks and have just the dad go and the mom stay back, I think mom will be very happy. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're very busy, and I know you got to get back to emails and talking to our agents. And also thanks all the Evo agents for joining. Today's a brand new platform. This was all about, we want to call it Reggie's Sales Lab. And so, Brandon, thank you for being the guinea pig on the very first one with me, as well as, everyone, thank you for joining us today. And this, I think I love this new platform because it's all about making money and making sales. So, Brandon, thank you so much. And thank you, AmaWaterways, for joining.
You're so welcome, and thank you for having us. And I can't wait to come back on and fine tune my help here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And everyone, keep booking and be safe out there. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.